All right, so thanks so much for joining us. I am Jason Yarusi of Yarusi Holdings, a multifamily investment firm located in Nashville, Tennessee. Currently have acquired over 1,600 units across 6 states, valued a little bit over $150 million with another $50 million in acquisitions in the pipeline. Today we are going to talk about hiring a property manager, what to look for and what are the red flags. But in the meantime, if you like what you hear, go down there, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you catch up so you are alerted every single time we bring out another opportunity and another video about investing in multifamily. All right, so let's dive in. How to hire a property manager for your multifamily property. Ultimately, for us, it's very important because the property manager is the person and team that handle the day-to-day activities. You can have the best plan, but if you do not have a team to implement it on the ground with the property, it's going to be all for naught. Ultimately, we're going to look for a property manager that's conducive for the type of property we're going after. We're not going to hire the single-family property manager, the single-family house property manager for a Class A 300-unit building, and consequently on the same part, we're not going to hire a property manager that focuses on apartment buildings to manage a duplex or a house. We want to make sure that they have the team in place and have the operations in place and have the experience in our type of asset class and asset size. Ultimately, it comes down to a lot of pieces. Are they experienced in this type of property? Some will be better for Class C or working class properties, working class neighborhood properties. Others will be better at new construction properties. What is the strength of the team and of the property manager? Ultimately, we want to make sure that they have enough units in-house under management that we will not become a distraction or ultimately a part that they have to build a team or process to be able to take on. So what does that look like? Well, if the current property manager only has 200 or 300 units under management and I'm going to bring on a 100-unit property, ultimately, they may need to hire, they may need to set up systems, processes to meet the need to bring on our property because we may, at point, increase the amount of units they have under management by 50, 60, 100%. So do they have enough units under management, have the systems and processes in place that when I do come on board with our property, that it's just basically a speed bump that gets put right into their process? How is their overall approach in the market? Are they saturated, working very diligently in this market, or are they just new entry to the market? They may have 5,000 units under management, but are not currently in our market. That leaves a wide gap for, again, another learning curve for them to get more attuned to the market to make sure we can perform. We not only want to have a property management company that's dialed into our market because they can give us a lot of insight, a lot of insider knowledge on what happens in this market, how it's performed, but they also have the built reputation and the other pieces of the component, trades, contractors, other references and referrals that can help our building succeed in the best light. We want to have real-time data. We want to understand how their process is. We don't want to fax every month of our financials. We want to have access to a platform for which they run and operate the properties that we can go in there and find our rent rolls, find our collections, find our open balances, find any other notes about the business, our property, when we want, whether that be Monday at noon or Sunday at 11 o'clock at night. Noting what kind of operations and procedures they have will help us dial into how efficient they are as a team, how efficient they are as a process. Next piece is construction. How do they handle construction? Now, we've handled this in 2 ways. Typically, there will be things that they may be strong at. Maybe they're good at performing turns, turning units and putting units back on, but they may not have the bandwidth to have the right trades or the right team to do mechanical works or to do roofs or do parking lots. We understand what kind of management company is this. Is this a management company strictly from an operational standpoint where a lot of the construction will be put upon us, or do they have an entire construction division as well that can help them make sure they're dialed in a vertically integrated approach? That is a big piece of the puzzle. To make sure that we do have the best process in place once we start with them, we have regular check-ins. We have regular weekly meetings. We get monthly financials. We're checking in with them to make sure the plan in place is one that is being implemented successfully, and 2 is the right plan for the property. Red flags to look for. If a property manager is not giving you the information that you ask for, if they're not routinely updating you on the property, if they're not giving you good guidance, and Good guidance can come in both ways. One, if we have a suggestion or have a thought or have a business plan for the property, we want their honest feedback. If we assume that we can increase revenue and decrease expenses at a certain level, we want their feedback if they disagree or if they have another suggestion. We do not want them to give us what we want to hear. We want the truth of how to make this business perform best. So understanding that good options is the best option is real constant feedback from the property management company. Understanding their timelines. What is the reasonable expectation of the timelines for them to complete turns, to market, to lease units is very important for us in our property. Next piece of this is that what are their fees? What are the fees associated with this? Typically, if it is a 200 unit property or more, you may see something of a 3.5% to 3% management fee. If it's 100 to 200 units, it may be as low as 4%. Above 50, maybe a 5 or 6% management fee. And as you have less units that you bring on table, it will cost more. On the other side of this, although the fee may cost more, you may have more rolled in to the property management company for which they handle in-house. You, on a 100-unit property, may have a full-time leasing and maintenance person. So although you are paying 3 or 4% for the management fee, you will have a staff that will run through your operational expenses. Whereas on a 20-unit, there may be no full-time leasing or maintenance person that may be handled out of the office for the management company. So that built-in 6, 8, 10% may include the effort, the time, and the labor costs associated with doing those activities out of the main office. So being clear and crystal clear on what comes with the service from the property management company. Okay, so make sure location, they're very dialed in. They have the bandwidth to take on your property, how their processes are, what has been their past experience, what are reviews, ask for referrals from other users of that management company. So it can hopefully be referrals that you can find on your own, but also referrals from them will be great, of people who, one, still currently use them, and two, may have sold their properties in the past. Give you both perspectives of performance in the past. Again, I'm Jason of Yarusi Holdings. Love to talk to you. If you want to hear more about us and our company, go down there below, hit that like and subscribe button. Have all the links to our website, yarusiholdings.com, and you can find more about us, our podcast, our mastermind, and current offerings that we're working on right now in the markets that we invest in. Thank you so much. Let's do this.